So I don't see anything right now. We're going to accelerate time and head off in that direction, and let's see what we can see.
Yes, sir. Current speed, 1. Yes, sir.
So right now I'm trying to identify the ship, and I'm going to call up the stopwatch and time this thing out for 3 minutes, and that will give us our speed as well as course. There's 1 minute. Two minutes. Three minutes. So now we'll mark the position as best we can and then measure it, and it's distance in yards over 3 minutes tells us the speed, and the speed is 7 knots. So we can start entering that information into our targeting computer. So that's his course. Now we can take this and measure it, and his heading is 085, which means that we want to be heading .355. So we'll change our heading here to 355.
Yes, sir. New course. 3, 5. Yes, sir. 6.
Close
New
enough.
Course. 3, 5, 5.
So let's go back to our periscope. There it is. We'll lock him up with the L key. And now we'll get a good range on him. We actually know that he is 50 degrees off of our bow, which makes him about a 40-degree angle on the bow. Let's get a range on him. Let's send that to the target data computer. Angle on the bow, send that to the target data computer. Let's get another range. This way we'll be able to calculate his speed. This time we'll only click it once. We'll bring up our clock. Let's just keep that ticking for the time being. Speed we said was 7 knots. We'll set that in there. We'll send that to the target data computer. Let's check another range. Let's see if that will accept that. It says 3 knots, but we know that he's doing 7, so that is fine. So his range is 3,900, and we've got a long way to turn. So let's actually put our scope down. Let's increase our speed so that we can get through this turn a little bit quicker. 3,100 yards. So let's get our torpedoes ready. Let's put the station keeper on. Based on the target draft 25, we'll have this go to 15 meters. We'll shoot 2 torpedoes at him. This one will also go to 15 meters. Does not appear to have seen our scope yet. Let's get another range on him. Let's set this one up to go just a couple degrees to the left. This one we want to hit dead center. And I'm afraid we're getting to the point where we need to shoot regardless of where we are in our turn. So, low speed, 15 feet, 0 degrees. Open torpedo door.
Firing tube.
Fire 1. This one we're going to offset a couple degrees to the left.
Torpedo in the water.
Open tube door 2.
Firing tube 3.
Fire torpedo 2. And we're going to keep our scope up the entire time just to see how our success is here. If everything works out right, we should hit him right amidship with the first torpedo and just to the left of the stack with the second torpedo. I think we identified the ship correctly as a old European composite freighter. And I do apologize for mumbling because I was deep in concentration, this being our first attack. We really don't want to screw this up. I may have fired a little bit early. We'll see. I know a lot of people will go to an external view, but that's kind of cheating, I think. We're going to keep it in the periscope view, which is what we would normally see in a submarine. So keep our fingers crossed. Is he turning? Did you see the torpedoes? I do believe he's turning.
Torpedo missed, sir. Torpedo missed, sir.
Let's go torpedo 3, 0. Apparently we can't change the speed. We'll keep it there. Let's open the torpedo tube.
Firing tube 2.
And fire.
Torpedo in the water.
Open torpedo tube. And
Firing tube 4.
fire.
Torpedo in the water.
So how far away is this guy? He looks pretty close. "1,200 yards. So how can we be missing from this range, other than I got the angle on the bow wrong there?
Torpedo impact.
Okay. Excellent. I don't know if that was the first or the second. We may have our
Torpedo
first
impact.
kill. Excellent. So we will
Yes, sir.
slow down
Ahead
to 1/3, and we'll see if he survives. So I'm not sure what happened on the first two. They were both misses. May have been off on the angle of the bow. The second two both hit. He looks like he is slowing down. He has some major destruction. He is on fire. And we'll see if he sinks. So that was our first successful run. So very pleased about that. And again, sorry for mumbling, but I was deep in concentration. I don't see any other contacts in the area, so we will just continue to keep an eye on him and make sure that he goes down. He is dead in the water, and I'm going to look to see if I see any guns. Yes, he has a gun on the rear deck. So hopefully the torpedoes alone will be enough to to bring him down so we don't have to surface and finish him off with the gun, but if we have to, we could. We'll see if he starts to settle in the water. So, our first patrol ended in disaster. Second one, we had been out here for several days. In fact, what is the date? Today is December 30th, day before New Year's Eve, 1941, patrolling the Celebes Sea. We had our first contact, which delightfully came our way, and we missed with our first two torpedoes, but the second two were both hits. Again, our first attack with this old S submarine with a brand new skipper, new crew, and we're celebrating our success, but realizing that this is just the beginning of the war. There's a long way to go. The Japanese are dominating the Pacific, and we're just trying to do our part.
Tube 1 ready, sir.
So as you can see, he is starting to settle by the stern very slightly. He is going to go down. We do not need to waste any more fish on this guy, but we'll keep an eye on him until he slips below the surface. Okay, now that we know he's going down, let's go to an external camera view. And we can watch him up close and personal. This isn't cheating because we already sank him. Now they say this mod actually has better sinking physics, but I've seen some submarine footage where these ships go down in minutes, and this thing has been afloat for quite a while now and very slowly sinking, and certainly that would happen on occasion. But the basic game, they can actually split in half, they can roll over, turn turtle, and there we see some explosions in the after part of the cargo area, so he's going to be sinking below the surface and going on eternal cruise here fairly soon. But I think the basic game actually has some pretty neat sinking physics where, like I said, the boats will roll over on their side, they'll turn turtle, they'll split in half when you blow them up. So there's much to be said for the basic game. Yeah, it may take a little bit longer and whatnot, but it seems like every time I have seen videos on YouTube using either the Fleet Boat mod or the TMO mod, that they do this. They just stay upright and they sink very slowly. And I'm not sure that that's 100% accurate all the time.
Sir. Yes, sir. Surface the boat.
Surface, surface, surface.
So we're going to bring our boat to the surface and let the crew come out on deck and have a gander at the first prize for the new skipper and the old S-boat. Here we are off in the distance. And as her stern settles, the bow is raising up out of the water. And now she'll take the plunge. She's hanging here for a minute. That last little air pocket squishing out of her hull. And now down she goes. Okay, medium old European composite freighter. And I think that's what we said it was. Medium old European composite freighter. Yep, so we got it right. 5,186 tons. Sank on December 30th, 1941 at 0814. So good job to the crew. Let's go to our map. I don't see anything else out here right now, so let's just go ahead and get back on course and continue our patrol. So good job, crew, and I will be back when we have any further contacts or updates.